So here's my audience for the final speech. Thank you, Armando, for your insight into the public schooling sector. I'm going to talk about homeschooling, which is an often overlooked yet growing in popularity as far as a option goes. Um, let's start looking at some reasons actually for homeschooling first. So the first reason that people gave about 20 years ago was they get to control their child's curriculum, more biblically or religious-based curriculum. That's actually fallen to number two. Number one, by 25%, is a lack of safe public school environment. They also don't, protecting their kids from harmful influences. Obviously more personal attention. You're talking one teacher for 2 or 3 kids. Um, College attendance is higher and more fruitful. They tend to be more creative and more responsive. Homeschoolers on average get 15 to 30% higher test scores on their standardized tests, and that includes the SAT and the ACT as well. 10% higher college completion rate, and a higher college GPA is also more reasons for the homeschooling. Homeschooling is growing by between 2 and 8% a year. Right now, approximately 1.75 million school-age children, or 3.4% of our population, school-age population, are being homeschooled. Later research also shows that homeschoolers tend to participate more in community service. They tend to vote more and engage publicly, and they tend to follow your parental values more. Now, on that note, when you go to public school and you're spending 7 to 8 hours a day in public school and you're only spending 1 or 2 at home, whatever they're teaching in public school, whatever they're getting from their friends, anything else, whatever influences they're dealing with is what's going to win out most of the time. So when you homeschool your kids, obviously, you get the opportunity to really instill your values into them, whatever those values are, and it's more likely that they will keep those long through into their adult years. Obviously, there's also the economical cost too. Yeah, it costs you to homeschool your children. We homeschooled 2 kids at about a rate of a little over $1,000, or right around $1,000 a year. Public school, $15,000 to $20,000 per child per year, and clearly they're not really doing them a service. A lot of kids are failing, a lot of really high dropout rates and such, and very low success in college, or much lower success in college. Anyway, hope you enough information here to give that some consideration, and really consider homeschooling or charter schooling for your child, which is basically the same thing, just with a little more help. Anyway, thank you.